Hello, good morning and welcome to the sports segment here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and in the next few minutes we're bringing you updates and reactions from a very dramatic day in the UEFA Champions League match day 2. We'll also be looking ahead to the remaining fixtures tonight, that's Wednesday, and then we would also touch on the latest news coming in from the local scene, where we focus on preparations ahead of the 2023 African Games. We start off with the African Games, which is just a few months away, and Ghana is set to host the competition for the very first time. The executive chairman of the local organizing committee, Dr. Owuraku Ampofo, has called on corporate Ghana to come to their aid as they look to complete the projects in time.
The corporate bodies' support is extremely important at this stage. And then individually, we have a package for people like you who may also want to assist with sponsorship. If you're able to bring us a sponsor, you'll get 10% of whatever you bring. So individuals are being encouraged to also get the sponsors.
Well, that was Dr. Owuraku Ampofo, who's the executive chairman of the local organizing committee. But let's now hear from the coordinator of the African Union Sports Council, Dr. Dishos Chipande, as he expresses his excitement on the progress made so far by the local organizing committee.
I think we are very happy with the progress that has been made so far, and the African Union is very, very grateful with the great investment that the government of the Republic of Ghana has put into the construction of the facilities. Last time when we were here, we were assured by the LOC that by December, all the facilities will be completed and ready for the games. And for sure, this time we just visited Legon. It's nearly complete.
Well, we'll be bringing you updates on the African Games as it inches ever closer. We're just about 5 months away. To some more stories, where the second edition of the Akuma Marathon is set to commence later this week in Kumasi, where athletes will battle for bragging rights. My colleague Raphael Sarkodie has all the details in this report.
On Saturday, the 7th of October, indeed, this particular competition is taking place in front of Akuma FM, with the ending point being the Baba Yara Stadium. 21 kilometers to be covered, over 500 athletes expected to partake in this particular competition, and indeed, it promises to be an exciting event. So the National Sports Authority will provide the technical expertise for this particular competition.
We decided last year that we need to undertake a project like this, a marathon that will give a platform for various individuals that has the ability and the talent to project themselves to the country and beyond.
We have security men taking in charge of where we pass, and then cadet boys and girls in charge of the ribbons and the water, and then the medics, the ambulance will be following together with the recovery van, so that whoever is tired can join the van, and then even the ambulance for treatment.
So the official launch was today here at the Baba Yara Stadium, and indeed all stakeholders who are helping to deliver this program have pledged that they will provide everything needed to ensure the success of the second edition of Akuma Ashanti Marathon. Reporting from the Baba Yara Stadium, this is Raphael Sarkodie for 3 Sports.
We are in for job creation, and then we believe that through this.
Well, that was Raphael Sarkodie there reporting on the Akuma Marathon.
Davison Sanchez heading it forward. Amrabat has played Icardi onside. This time he does it. Old Trafford stunned amidst the sea of Turkish delight. Galatasaray 3-2 up, and only 3 minutes after missing a penalty, Icardi scores. And Ten Hag's worst fears might be about to materialise. Good play.
For the first time in their 117-year history, Galatasaray won on English soil at the expense of Manchester United as the Red Devils were beaten 3-2 by the Turkish Giants. Mauro Icardi scored the winner 3 minutes after missing a penalty, and Erik ten Hag puts the result on some fundamental errors his players made.
I think we were twice up and we are controlling the game. And then, some errors, some fundamental errors we make, we normally wouldn't have in the game. And you can't allow them in this level. You get punished for it.
How frustrating is that for you? Because I'm sure it's something that you talk about before the game, but ultimately there's not much you can control while it's on.
No, this is difficult to control, but so we are all together. We are in this. And it's not only one making such an error. It's as a team, we make such errors. And so you don't win the game, and which was totally unnecessary because, as I said, we were twice up, so you are in control of the game, and then you don't expect this outcome.
Well, that was Erik ten Hag speaking after his side lost yet again in the UEFA Champions League. Wilfred Zaha was on the score sheet. I remember he was a former Manchester United and is having the opportunity to play in the Champions League, a platform that he says he's been dreaming of playing since he was a young player.
That is the mentality you should have for such a top team. So I'm glad we managed to go out there and fulfill what we wanted to do.
And for you, Champions League player, Champions League goal scorer, how does that sound?
Yeah. It sounds amazing. It's stuff I've dreamed of. Obviously, finally get into this place where I can showcase my talent in front of the whole world. So it's massive for me. It's literally a very emotional moment for me because it's things that I've stayed up watching games, and it's like this is where I want to be at, and tonight is just an amazing moment for me.
Christian Eriksen, who came on as a second half substitute, reviewed the dressing room after the game was really quiet.
Big disappointment. It was so honest to say, it was very quiet in the dressing room.
What ultimately got away from you tonight?
Yeah, I think we have some good spells in the game, but in the end, I think when we, at the moment when we go ahead and we score a goal, then always short after we concede. And of course, that makes it very difficult for us to stay in the game, and that's something that we have to change, and has to change very quick.
Is it a lack of confidence in the squad at the minute as to why that's happening?
No, I don't think it's confidence. I think it's more the awareness and the sharpness to really keep our in form and coming ahead twice. I mean, you shouldn't throw that away. And we've done that even some other games this season. I don't think it's confidence. I think it's more the sharpness and the wrong decisions at the wrong times, and a bit of the not lucky part is following us around at the moment.
Well, that was Christian Eriksen speaking after Manchester United's defeat to Galatasaray. We'll be getting to the tables and standings pretty shortly to understand the depth of that defeat yesterday. But Andre Onana has now conceded 7 goals in 2 games in the UEFA Champions League this season, as the Cameroonian has struggled for form. Like the game in Bayern, his mistake once again seemed to have cost Manchester United points on the day. Rio Ferdinand believes the team currently lacks leaders at the back.
Team. I always believe that, but then individuals do have moments in games, and I believe that you do need organisers at the back, whether it's the goalkeeper or especially one of your centre halves who talks and communicates. In 2 of those goals especially, there was zero there was no leadership in that back line of controlling the situation. And I spoke there about one of the goals in terms of making sure you understand that where's your mindset in terms of what ifs. What if there's a mistake made? What if that someone underhits a pass and it goes behind us? You've got to think like that to where I am in relation to that striker. He can't have an easy route to goal. It's not easy. This comes about concentration, but we're not talking about young players here. We're talking about experienced players here who know their way around a football pitch and have won things at the top level. So it's disappointing in that sense. I don't think you can just point the finger at just the defence. I think the whole team, like Eriksen said, have to have awareness, especially when you go a goal up.
Well, that was Rio Ferdinand speaking after once again Manchester United showed lack of character, especially at the back. But former Manchester United midfielder Paul Scholes has also been speaking and worries about the form of defender Rafael Varane.
I worry about Varane a bit. I think he has been one of the very best defenders around, just like Rio was. In that same ilk at Real Madrid, I just think his legs are looking a little bit sluggish. He can't keep fit. I'd be worried about him.
And so let's move on, but still focusing on Manchester United, because Zlatan Ibrahimovic has also added his voice, and he believes that Erik ten Hag may need to change his method at Manchester United to get more success. The 42-year-old questioned ten Hag's management style in an interview with Piers Morgan.
The new coach came from where?
He was at Ajax.
I was in Ajax also. Ajax is a talented club. They have the best talents in the club. They don't have big stars. What is the experience of this coach? Young talents. He comes to United. United is different mentality, different players. So the players there supposed to be big stars. So I think with his experience being there, I don't know if it talks for him or not. Because I think he's in a different situation. And then above him, there is a gap where he doesn't get the help to manage the team. Listen, this is what I read in the paper, so it's not I have all the situation that is happening. But I can just imagine him coming from Ajax to United is a big difference, because I've been in both clubs.
And team pressing, working hard still. This could be a chance. It's Thomas Muller against Birger Meling. It's still Thomas Muller. And still, it's 2-1 Bayern. Kel slams it home. Tuchel's team have turned it around.
Thomas Müller came off the bench to set up the winning goal for fellow substitutes Mathis Tel, as Bayern Munich came from a goal down to beat Denmark's FC Copenhagen 2-1 in the Champions League Group A clash at the Parken Stadium on Tuesday. The result ensures that the Bavarian Giants maintain their 100% record in the competition and are currently top of Group A.
Clear. And there's the final whistle. An historic victory for Lens. And you can hear what it means. You can see what it means. Their first Champions League home game in more than 20 years, and they've beaten the Arsenal. Wahi with what proved to be the winner. Arsenal beaten for the first time this season. What a victory for the French side, Lucy.
Yeah.
Well, Arsenal themselves found themselves in trouble as Wahi starred as the French side Lens came from behind to shock the Gunners in the Champions League Matchday 2 fixture. Wahi's first time finish into the bottom corner from a Frankowski cross in the 69th minute saw the home side secure a very important win, considering that they drew with Sevilla in their first game. Arteta has been speaking after his side's defeat this season, and also gives an update on the injury to Bukayo Saka, who was substituted in the first half.
As we all saw, they are a really good side, exceptional atmosphere, and a really difficult opponent. We made the most difficult thing scoring the first goal, and we had total control of the game. And in one action, they managed to score, and then it was game on again. We had a huge chance straight after the break with Leo, and 2-3 big chances. It's true that we didn't generate enough threat in the final third, like in many occasions. We didn't attack certain spaces and provoke certain jumps that for us are not good against them. But the difference with the PSV game, it was the boxes. We had 4 big chances, and we didn't defend the box well enough to win the game.
Well, Declan Rice believes that Arsenal should have got a lot more from the game, considering the chances that they did create on the day.
Yeah, you could say that. Obviously, with the result, obviously doesn't look good. I felt like we created enough, to win the game for sure. We missed some big chances, especially after going 1 up. It's a great finish from the guy who scored the first goal, to be fair, and obviously the one in the second half we created from our own problems.
It felt like their goal to go 1-1 was quite an important moment, because you had nice control up to that point.
I think we totally dominated and controlled the match. They're not an easy opponent, Lons. They go man for man all over the pitch, and they're constantly pressing you, trying to win the ball back high. And we had to be on it in terms of our rotations, and we got out really well. But it was just that final bit that was lacking tonight. They defended very well. Credit to them. Some of their centre backs had some amazing performances. But look, I think it's good for us. Look, we've lost, but we can learn a lot from tonight, and we can go again.
Well, one of the defenders who had an outstanding evening was Kevin Danso. That's the Lions defender. Now, he says that the French side gave their all in the game to ensure that they pick up all 3 points.
For loss for you, for the team?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we gave it our all today, in front of our home fans. It was a difficult game, Arsenal had a lot of quality, they made us sit back really deep, but, we kept defending, we kept our concentration, and, we won the game, luckily.
Yeah, they started really well, didn't they? Got that early goal, so even more impressive that you found a way back into it.
Yeah, I think it was from a mistake of our own. It's not like I think they didn't really create it. Brilliant goal from Gabriel Jesus. At the end, we got one back early, and then we went on to win the game, so it's a good result.
Well, let's now go through the full complement of the Champions League results. Real Sociedad beat Salzburg away. Braga needed a late goal to beat Union Berlin by 3-2 away. Bayern Munich beaten Copenhagen by 2-1. Last season's finalist Inter Milan needed a solitary goal to go past Benfica. Lens beaten Arsenal by 2-1. Manchester United losing for the second time this season in the Champions League as they were pegged back by Galatasaray by 3-2. Napoli also lost at home by 3-2 to Real Madrid. And then PSV were held to a 2-2 draw against Sevilla. In terms of what that means for the standings in Group A, Bayern Munich are top with 6 points, Galatasaray second with 4 points, Copenhagen third with 1 point, and Manchester United bottom of the group with 0 points. In Group B, Lens go top with 4 points, Arsenal second with 3 points, Sevilla third with 2 points, and PSV with 1 point. Our record winners Real Madrid are top of Group C with 6 points, Napoli with 3 points, Braga also with 3 points in third, and Union Berlin bottom of the group with 0 points. Real Sociedad top Group D with 4 points. Inter Milan also follow in second place with 4 points. Salzburg come in third with 3 points, and Benfica have 0 points so far. Time to now focus on today's UEFA Champions League games, and for the third consecutive season, Manchester City will be facing Leipzig in the Champions League. Pep Guardiola, whose side have lost their last 2 games, is concerned about the fixture congestion and how that is affecting his players.
I read the newspapers and I said, next season will be more games and mixed competitions. So that's why you ask me, I answer. But my intention to answer is going to change something? Absolutely not.
Take 2 questions.
But the complaint is not here. You go to Spain, Carlo Ancelotti said the same. You go to Italy, Maurizio Sarri now said the same, and everyone. So even for us, we don't have time to analyze. We don't have time to refresh ourselves, we are doing well or bad or whatever. So it's not that. So it's more difficult. Now, honestly, James, I'm not a manager. I'm a manager, but I'm not a trainer, I would say. I don't have trainings in the pitch with all the team to improve. I try and surprise Mateus or Jeremy,
Well, that was Pep Guardiola on the fixture congestion. But to some more build-up ahead of today's game, Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe has revealed that the club was heavily focused on staying in the Premier League after the Saudi takeover and didn't envisage playing in the Champions League so soon. The Magpies play their first home Champions League game in more than 20 years when they host Paris Saint-Germain tonight.
Yeah, things move really quickly in football. I think the 2 years I haven't been here the whole 2 years, but my part of it is absolutely flown by. I think initially nothing like this was in our thoughts at the speed of which it's happened. The only thing in our thoughts was staying in the Premier League initially. But as you say, the swing of momentum has shifted so powerfully and quickly in a positive direction for us. I think my only sort of thought is to try and keep that momentum for as long as we can.
Well, that was Eddie Howe speaking. Let's just go through the fixtures for today. Antwerp play against Shakhtar Donetsk, and Atletico Madrid host Feyenoord. Last year travelled to face Scottish side Celtic. Red Star Belgrade are home to host Young Boys. Dortmund play against AC Milan in Germany. Barcelona travel to Portugal to face FC Porto. Newcastle host Paris Saint-Germain, and RB Leipzig would be playing against Manchester City. Now, before we go, the referees body, that's PGMOL for the Premier League, has released the full audio from the VAR hub relating to the Luis Diaz goal that was incorrectly disallowed in Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool on Saturday. PGMOL also provided the information, saying that, as stated shortly after the full-time whistle on Saturday evening, we acknowledge in a statement that a significant human error had occurred during the aforementioned match, which we recognize should have resulted in a goal being rewarded through VAR intervention. Let's take a listen to excerpts of the audio that has been released.
Wait, okay. Just get a tight angle.
Yeah, give me 2D line ready. I feel as well for frame 2 after that. That's fine.
Frame 2 there.
Perfect.
I've got the time on this. I clock
2D line on left boot.
Yep. Well, let me just switch angles. I think it might be this angle better. Happy with this angle?
You organise, you don't.
Yep. 2D line on the boot.
2D line on the boot.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
So 2D line on the boot. I'll zoom
check
in.
complete. Check complete. It's fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
Off.
Thank you, mate.
Wait. On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Offside goal. Yeah. That's not what it does.
What?
On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this image? Yeah, it's onside. The image we gave him is onside.
Left back.
He's gone offside.
Out.
Delay. Ollie's saying to delay. Ollie's saying to delay.
Red throw.
Pardon?
Ollie's calling in to say delay the game. To complete the decision is offside.
Cut listen.
Ollie's saying to delay.
Ollie?
Yeah.
Delay the game. Stop the game.
They've restarted the game.
From on the field.
They've restarted. Yeah.
Can't do anything.
No.
Well, those were part of the audio released by the PGMOL for the game between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur. You can tell from the audio the confusion between the VAR hub the referees and the assistant referees, and so that was communication that was released by the PGMOL yesterday. We don't know where the situation goes from here, but Liverpool also released a statement acknowledging the apology and questioning the sporting integrity and the implications of such a mistake. If there are any more updates on this issue, we'll definitely bring that to you on social media on our handle at 3sportsgh, and so you can give us a follow. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and that's how we wrap up the sports here on Sunrise this morning. The show continues right after this break.